more about getting on time, going live on time than grabbing my mat. Because I use my mat in my room too, since I don't have to go up and down the stairs. So I'm gonna go grab it real quick. And my dog is outside. Bring her back in when she comes around the corner, I guess. I don't know. I'll be right back. Gee. Okay, hopefully that didn't take too long. Oh. Am I in the picture? Come inside, baby. Alright. Oh, jeez. Oh, it sounds alright. Oh, it sounds so. It sounds so. Okay. Is my mat really in the screen? Very much. I don't want to mess with this anymore. The angle is off today. Should I try and fix it right now? Wait, I might as well. The very beginning. I will try without turning it off. If it turns off, I'll start back up. Let's see. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, oh. Let's see. Is that better? Is that better? Is that better? Not really. You're not going to be able to see me if I stand up at all. Yikes. Yikes. Okay, maybe that's better. Is that better? No, it's not. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? I don't know, man. I'm just gonna leave it. Sorry. Well, that is better. You can see it. Okay. I don't know if my stripper pose just in camera. Oh, it's still very crooked. It's still very much the leaning tower of, I don't know. I have put no effort into fixing it. And it's so tempting to go full out and try stuff on it too, because it's just there, right? But at the same time, I feel like if I use it and it's crooked, it's gonna bend and not work out. And it's only $100 on Amazon, so it's not that expensive, but obviously I don't want to just break one just because there's so many unfinished products. But yeah, today I titled the stream Less Talking, More Moving, because I decided that yesterday I spoke and then I did my 84 poses, and I walked through the poses trying to basically narrate what to do while I was doing it, and I was able to focus more versus to the last few streams when I've been trying to talk and move at the same time. It's hard because I'm trying to plan what my next move is going to be and talk at the same time. When I first started streaming and I built my routine for Mobility Monday, I was talking and moving and explaining all at the same time, but it was because I built the theory of having my routine essentially look exactly the same, so that way the muscle memory, it just kind of flows itself. And that's pretty common with yoga flows, vinyasa flows. If you go to a yoga class, a lot of times they'll do the same flow every time. And again, it's muscle memory and it's also conditioning, right? And the more you do it, the better you get at it. And so that's going to be something I'm going to try to work back to doing for my Mobility Mondays. But for now, I have been doing some mobility. I've been doing more stretching um, than I was before I moved, just because I feel like the space is just so much more conducive for that. But yeah, I just kind of want to focus on what my body is asking for, and in order to do that, I have to really like pay attention to it, and then think in a response to what I'm feeling, which makes it harder for me to essentially hold the conversation and speak clearly and cognizantly to everybody. Because one, I don't want to just bump my gums just to bump my gums. Two, I feel like I've been repeating myself a lot because my life is so hectic, and even though the outcomes of what has been going on have ultimately targeted like a few specific areas in my life, not even one or two, but like a few. The impact is caused by a bunch of different people and a bunch of different settings, and so it's like I will talk about the fact that I have been essentially wrongfully terminated from my career, but then as I explain, or if I want to try and talk about it, there are so many moving parts, so many people involved, so many situations that added to the ultimate decision. And it wasn't like, oh, these things happened all at once. It was like these things happened over a span of 3 years. And then there were other people that got involved and other people that got involved, and it just kept piling and piling and piling, even down to literally December, which is when I got the information, and I found out in December. And the way I found out was, of course, through my union-appointed lawyer, who literally withheld evidence and information that would support my case to show that the actual staff administration for the district HR, like highest level you can be in an HR field, hid and lied under oath. So, pretty significant crime in my opinion. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm trusting what these people are saying, that they're doing their job, because if you're a lawyer, your job is to win a case, and you have the evidence. You presented even like, and it's even, I'm not a lawyer, like you have evidence to show, why wouldn't you show it? He also refused to use any of my witnesses. I had no student witnesses for anything, even though the accusations were literally surrounded by students and witnesses that could have said something and literally disproven lies. So it's like I said, there's just a bunch of rumors because of people not liking me, wanting my position, being jealous, and their stories and the narrative that they created and essentially formed into this false person that then they were able to spread to the greater school community, essentially, because there are so many people that have like opinions on me and these theories and ideas of who I am, and they're like the opposite, right? It's like there's no way you could have concluded that by interacting with me. It's not possible. The only way you can have those kind of conclusions about me is if you were receiving information from a false source. And that's the reality. So again, it's like you have hard evidence, and I'm talking time-stamped, CC multiple people that are also in the union, CC legal representation, and still going under oath and saying pertinent legal documents were not received. Legal HR complaints that were not just complaints, not just like, oh, she said something, but we don't know what happened, but like, she said something, we interviewed her, we interviewed other people, we did a full investigation, and still under oath saying, nope, never said anything. She's only saying it now because it's a retaliation response to what's happening. And it's like, that's quite literally the opposite, actually. I literally, almost, and the thing is like, I didn't even remember what I said because I just knew what I was experiencing, and I was like, yo, I need to say something. Like, again, I get these internal nudges, intuitive nudges that are like, yo, just do this. Like, it might seem out of place now. I've never reported anyone, and I watch people do bullshit all the time. I've never reported anyone, but I had to in that situation. And the way that I explained it is almost exactly the way it played out at the end of the school year. And so it's like, if you would have just submitted the facts, the actual timestamp evidence would show that if nothing else, they're lying and discriminating against me because of a disability, saying that I'm responding the way I'm responding because I have a hostile approach towards people. I don't know how to work with people. It's like, why wouldn't I be upset about an HR staff member hiding my documents? Why wouldn't I be upset about that? Why wouldn't I? And then the second thing is, if I'm disabled, right, and their whole thing is, I can't do my job because of my disability, they're trying to use the fact that these documents that are supposed to be submitted, they're required, they're trying to say that not only did I not submit them, so I'm not being responsible, they're saying I didn't submit them because I wasn't following what I was supposed to do, so they're saying that I basically was just like, do whatever I want, and I was like, fuck you guys, I don't care, right? And then, on top of that, they're saying that I am convoluted and delusional for the fact that I'm even arguing for the truth. Because why would anybody in HR lie about receiving something like that? Which makes perfect sense to me if I was a judge. If I was a judge and an HR person was supposed to keep records, and those records are known to be documented in archived legal documents, and that HR person supposedly doesn't know the person that is under question, has no connection to them, and has no benefit in their life whatsoever. Why would that HR person lie? Why would that HR person hide things? Why would that HR person risk their, the whole district? Honestly, why? Right? It's not logical. Like, yeah. Especially because people are saying that I'm the problem. And it's not one person to do, it's groups of people running with a narrative that is so false. It's illegal. It's discrimination. It's disrespectful. That is crazy. That is crazy. That you would try so hard to make something not be true. That you would lie under oath and hide something, and then try and convince other people that that person is lying, crazy, and hostile for no reason, thus being a reason why they should be. Do you see how this works? It's like, oh yeah, you see that homeless person over there is homeless because they're super irresponsible and they're using drugs and they're not, they didn't have any plans, or they had, all the bad things, right? And then come to find out, somebody shot their whole family and stole everything from them, and they're just barely hanging on. That's how I feel. And it's everybody else is just you're the problem, and literally hopping in and attacking me, my own family members testifying against me in court, saying I'm lying, saying that the doctors and the people in the healthcare system didn't sexually assault me and stuff. It's how can you say something with such confidence that you can't even say for a fact? I could never sit in someone's face and tell them that an experience they had that was abusive and traumatizing didn't happen to them. How could you fix your mouth and mind to even think that you have the right to say that to them, let alone testify in court that they are lying about that? What kind of sick fuck? Yo, what the fuck? And I'm supposed to feel some sort of guilt for saying something. The fuck? These people are nuts. And again, I'm the problem because I'm saying something. Because I'm yo, this ain't right. I'm being charged out the ass because people think that the way that I talk or the views that I have, which are not harmful, by the way. Even with Kanye, he says stuff that pisses people off because it can be insulting. My shit is just facts, bruh. I'm yo, they're fucking being rude to me. They're fucking actual pedophiles in the school that got caught in fucking pedophile stings that we're giving full scholarships to go get masters for. And we're over here talking about me having hostility issues towards people that are blatantly lying and doing illegal activity against me. Yo. So I keep saying I need a lawyer that's actually like a lawyer, like that cares about the law and doing the right thing. Because what? Like, I just don't know. And again, like the judge made the decision, but at the same time, the judge didn't have the proper information. So it's like the people working against me just got piling on and piling on and piling on to the point where it's like, yo, who am I even really fighting here? It's like, oh, 1v50, like 50v1, like I'm over here like, does nobody care about the truth? Does nobody care about the reality of the situation? Is that I'm a teacher doing my job well. That's the whole story. Yo, like everything else is bullshit. Everything else is bullshit. I'm overqualified for like literally. So yeah. This shit's crazy. And I have to spend money now, my own fucking money. I have to go into my account, fuck up my personal finances to go to court just to be like, hey judge, this information that was available for the fucking years that I was on administrative leave, yeah, it still exists. It's right here. They lied about it, and then they kept lying about it, and then I got fired for it. And now my pay is getting fucked up. My insurance is getting fucked up. My benefits are getting fucked up. Because somebody wanted to create an image about me that wasn't true and hope that I would feed into a setup and blow up and make things worse for myself so they could turn around and be like, see, I told you. At the end of the day, if you shot someone's whole fucking family and stole everything from them to the point where they had nothing and they're on the street, the person on the street is not the fucking problem. Do you get that? Now, if that person went and committed crimes, they went and did some fucking Aladdin shit and started stealing food so they could eat, they still aren't a murderer. Do you not understand? Do you not understand? Yo. So, I'm going to not talk very much, if at all. I just want to kind of, like I said, do actual mobility. I don't want to get stuck sitting in like the same straddle pose like I have been. It's already been 20 minutes, and I don't even think people are watching my streams anymore because I was really inconsistent throughout the move. Which, again, I apologize for. It's just like literally losing my fucking career, fighting for my actual life, moving, just all the things all at once. Plus, obviously, the holidays, which didn't impact my life. This holiday season was great for me. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of the most relaxing holiday seasons I've ever had in my life. The stress of the holidays ain't worth it, bruh. Not in my family. But yeah, so I'm just going to be doing some random mobility and no flow today. Last Wednesday I forgot to do my normal mobility closeout flow, so I'm going to try and remember to do that today. But otherwise, yeah. my bones aren't popping. That's my math.
But this rocking feels nice on my low back. And this is stretching my hamstrings. So remember to point my toes.
Oh, that feels nice.
I think I want to do. I don't know why seesaw. Let me just. Is this it?
Someone on Insta that was back and forth. I can't remember. Oh, I don't want to grab my phone. Actually, let me do these first.
There's a bluebird out there. Rotating my foot in clockwise and then counterclockwise as well.
I'm kind of like pushing like pulling my knees closer to me, like doing this with my feet, basically. I don't know if that's what it looks like, but it feels good on my lower back, and it's opening my hips as well. Chill here for a second. This is like actually really cool stretching. Even though it's not Sunday stretching, if you feel like you're getting a really good stretch, there's a benefit in there, you should probably pause and hold it for a little bit. In this case, I can tell. This hip, for some reason, like through all the way from like just this side, like a C basically, it's like tight. I know it's because I lay on that side every night, and I try not to, but it's just like happening. I know this probably looks weird, but it's working my lower back. I feel like it's slowly opening up the space that's like, you know, when you have like a butt and you have like your lumbar region kind of comes up and back in. So it's like that is like stretching. Serious work on my low back right now. Hang here for a bit and then start going to the other side.
Pause in the middle, check for alignment, and then switch. Your back should stay flat on the ground, or at least your shoulders. Oh my gosh.
Okay, halfway mark here.
Ooh.
Let me face front so you can see what I'm doing. It's like I already tell the skin feel nice.
So I'm grabbing both my elbows. I would switch eventually so you get it on both sides. But same thing, keep your shoulders square.
love it here. Somebody's making a fire and it smells so good. Ah. That feels so good. Ah, I'm getting hot. I didn't want to do my hair. Oh my gosh, this side. Ooh. Wow, that stretch feels so good right now. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna pause this. I don't want to just hold that, but it feels so nice. So proud of myself. I wonder why. Is that because of those drills I've been doing? Maybe? I'm kind of trying to push my hips forward when I come up, and it's stretching a little more here when I do that. Just FYI. Trying to do 20. This is 19. This is actually like stretching my hip flexor more than my obliques on this side because this side is so big. Dude, my dog's fasting again. Self-selected. Okay, what was I gonna do? I need to try and rock back and forth, but it's like my legs are so tight right now. I can do it very smooth. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Oh, pause for a second. Oh, very nice. I'm just gonna do some twists. Starting with my elbows pointing down. So like the chicken wing. And then elbows straight out. Elbows aligned with your nipples, depending on how you're getting there. And then up, onto your head. Okay. What was I gonna do next? Ooh. This is 10 on each side so far. Trying to do 20. This left side is so juicy. A little pulse if I can. It burns so good. It burns so good. Okay. We're going to wrap up soon with my final mobility routine because I'm remembering it now. So if you don't know what this is, it's the very first mobility flow that I made when I started streaming. It took me a while to build up to it because I hadn't moved really or stretched in a very long time, and I didn't realize how much my body had tensed up until I started doing each individual stretch. So I decided to do each individual stretch, find a way to connect them, and it would give me a chance to build muscle memory. And it slowly formed into a flow, which turned into mobility memory. So let's check it out because I haven't done it in so long. Let's see where I'm at. don't know how many that was. I'll do 3 more. Okay, everybody. So that was Mobility Monday. I'm gonna keep kind of doing this because it feels nice while I wrap up. So next stream should be on Thursday. No idea what it's gonna be. I feel like I have been like, oh, I'm gonna do like yesterday. Was it yesterday? Was that yesterday? I feel like yesterday I didn't. But yesterday I did the 84, so it must have been on last Thursday. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do some handstand drills, and then I got caught up with talking because I like interacted with a human, and it threw me off. So I'm don't know what I'm gonna do for Thursday. I did upload my videos to YouTube, the VODs. So if you are somebody that likes to go back and see the progression of my routines, either to see how much flexibility I haven't gained, or to see where my mobility was in the beginning. I have unfortunately no records of the very first month and a half, I think, of streaming because I was new to streaming and I wasn't really familiar with Twitch. I'm still not, but I didn't realize that the VODs had a time limit on them. I thought that they got deleted when your storage was full, essentially, and then it would say like, hey, your storage is full, you're not going to be able to save or something like that. So I literally had no clue until I looked back. I was like trying to find something specifically to be like, oh, like I want to see, like I know I couldn't even do this stretch, and I think I have like one clip because I was doing it in my living room in the very beginning. I think I have like one clip of me like where you could really see how much range I didn't have at the start. But the rest of it is just, it's completely gone now. So I think if you look at my YouTube, you should be able to see my VODs from Twitch starting like in May, I want to say. Maybe March, but I think March I don't think I was even on YouTube in March. I might have been, but I don't think so. So check them out. Also, like I said, remember if you are looking for the build up to the routine, because these aren't things that I just came out the gate and I was like, hey, I'm gonna just do this. If you're like me and you're starting small, you're starting slow from your house, so you can work up to more activities like going to the public gym or going and doing outdoor activities like climbing or sports or something like that. These exercises are something that I truly feel like you should be doing in this particular order every single week. So yes, actually stretching on Sundays, specifically focusing on stretching so you get like really deep stretches and you can kind of condition your body and not just, those warm-up stretches you do before you hit the weights or something like that. And then Mobility Monday, like I said, and like my body has demonstrated just in the last month, stretching alone is not going to keep your flexibility. It's not going to impact your ability to use your range as much if you're not incorporating the movement along with it, right? So just be aware that, again, my body is evidence of this. Just now you saw doing Mobility Monday, I'm like all tight and all over the place, and it has only been 1 month since I pushed off of my like mobility routine. And I mean, honestly, I'm being a little hard on myself because I was literally ripped out of my house while I was sleeping and put in the hospital. So there's a lot of interruptions in my life that make things a lot less consistent, that are out of my control. So just consider that for yourself too. If you've got things going on, like being in a private space, working on your body it's a sacred practice in that you're allowing yourself to listen to your body. Okay, if you're in a public gym or you're in a public yoga class, a private yoga class, even just hanging out with your friends, the distractions, the sounds. I mean, maybe you have like calming music on or something in the background, but ultimately you need to really listen to your body and respond to what it's telling you. And in order to listen to your body, it might be a pop or a crack, but it's internal, right? So again, right now I just gave myself a chance to work through some stretches, and I noticed that it's not just my hip, it's also like my side and all this other stuff over here that I had no idea, and it's all connected, right, too. So yeah, just pay attention to that. It is the start of 2026, the year of the horse. I'm ready to ride. I keep telling everybody, that song is like, horse is in the stable. And when I say telling everybody, I mean making comments on streamers and things like that. Although I have not been tapped in. I have been so not tapped into anything. I don't check my socials. Like I post on my socials and I look at my own stuff. And like if somebody messages me and I feel like it's important for me to respond, I'll just be like, hey, I'm not talking to anybody right now or something like that. But for the most part, I'm just like really needing to focus on me and my foundation, mental health, stability, Maslow's hierarchy. Some people are attacking you. It's because they see something in you as a threat. Unfortunately, I don't know why I'm seeing that lately. I do it. If you're a pedophile, I'm a threat. If you're committing crimes against children, I'm a threat. If you're ruining school systems, I'm a threat. If you're a horrible person coming from me, you are stupid. So yeah, I'll see y'all on Thursday, and I hope you have a good